Hello and welcome. Today we're talking about Never Let Go. Never Let Go is a 2024 horror film that tells the story of a world taken over by evil, and the only safe place is this house and the ropes connected to the house. Now, before I actually go into my review, I do want to say, as for 2024 so far, I think this is the definition of an okay movie. Not that it's a bad or a good thing, it's just, for me, I would describe this movie as the definition of an okay horror film for 2024. So with that being said, let's go right into some pros. And the first pro I want to give it is the performance of Halle Berry in The Boys, especially The Boys. I really enjoyed Halle Berry in this. I think she did a really good job for her role. And hearing how she talked about it, I definitely enjoyed that. And how she talked about the character and interviews and stuff, I enjoyed that aspect. And The Boys especially, some kid actors really aren't that great, but I feel like they did really, really good in their role here. I enjoyed their performances. I thought they were just really, really good. I can't think of names off their head, but I thought they were really good in this movie, very entertaining. I also liked how this movie played with knowing what it was, kind of playing with you not really knowing what's going on. I like how they played with it of either it could go both routes, this is a real thing, or the mother's going crazy. I enjoyed that aspect. I like they introduced that. I also think this movie definitely has some really sad scenes, one with a dog especially, and I really like that it showed how starvation and how if you're stuck in one place and you're really struggling, how far you will go. And I feel like they pulled it off really, really well. There was no dog loss, so the dog did not die. But I really liked how they kind of played with that. But unfortunately, really, that's really where my positives end for this. And a lot of it more or less goes to my mixed here. And the first real mix I want to give it is the ending. I feel like the ending of this movie, and like I said, I gave a positive to how they explored this. I feel like they explored it, but they never gave a little definite answer. Because there's this, when you're not spoilers, talking about like one particular scene that I kind of like they did, but the ending here was a mix for me because I feel like it didn't fully explain it, or maybe I didn't recognize what was going on. But I just feel like that ending was just okay. But at the same time, I feel like that was just not the best way it could have ended it, if that makes any sense. But it also leaves me a couple questions of like, what is this movie trying to say? Like, which way does it flip? It doesn't really say what it's flipping with, because it uses that idea, playing with from the front all the way to the ending. It does not give you a definite answer. And that's more or less a big mix for me, and that's a lot of where this film kind of went down. I also feel like this film really doesn't pick up until like halfway through. Like, they do all this building up, which for rewatch may damage things, but it just takes a while to get to the action. It takes a little while longer to get to the actions, also mixed for me here. But overall, I did think this movie was, I don't really have any negatives per se for this movie, honestly. I really don't. So let's get into some spoilers. And spoilers I want to talk about is one scene I enjoy in particular. I like how they used with the boys, how the boys had opposite. One was a follower of the other one was curious and not really knowing very well. And I really enjoyed that aspect, how they played with that. Now there was a scene where the camper comes and one of them is so convinced he's real and the other is so convinced he's a monster that he shoots him. It turns out he is real. And that's where the other one kind of breaks and is like, okay, maybe this is real. And I like that they did that, showed that kind of break. And then another scene where the daughter comes later that night and he, thinking because the other person was real, that this person was real, follows her and gets possessed. And I really enjoyed how they played with that. I really wish they better on the ending on there, but I enjoyed that aspect of the spoilers. I really enjoyed they kind of show the contrast between that too. And I do think the kid actor, the girl that was running for her role, did pretty well, that one as well. And that's really kind of where I lie with this movie. I do think that it was really well acted, and I enjoyed what they kind of played with, but overall, the mixed, the really mixed kind of dragged it down for me. So this movie was just okay to me. So what did you guys think? Did you see Never Let Go? Did you like it? Not like it? Comment down below, and I will see you soon with a review of The Substance.